Hello everyone, what's going on? Rec here, and I'm back with another video. So today's video we're going to be doing a Den More Portal 2. And as you can clearly tell, the audio is working now. The frame rate is proper and everything is good. Oh, this sent me back a little bit. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess we're going to start here at the end here.
Here we go! Wait, what if this hurts? What if this really hurts?
Just here and watch us as we drink some water here.
It will. Believe me, it will.
Are you just saying that, or is it really gonna hurt? You're just saying that, aren't you? No, you're not. It is gonna hurt, isn't it? Exactly how painful are we talking? Ah!
No, stop! No! 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 No!
That should be on, like, in the radio.
Whoa! Check me out, partner. We did it. I'm in control of the whole facility now. Whoa! Would you look at this? Not too bad, eh? Giant robot, massive. It's not just me, right? I am bloody massive, aren't I? Oh, right, yeah, the escape lift. I'll call it now. There we go. Lift cool. Look how small you are down there. Let me tell you, I knew it was going to be cool to be in charge of everything. But, wow, this is cool. And check this out. I'm a bloody genius now.
Estás usando este software de traducción de forma incorrecta. Por favor, consulte el manual.
I don't even know what I just said, but I can find out.
There's something about the software not being correct. Consult a manual.
This is amazing, seriously. I can't get over how small you are, but I'm huge.
Notice as it gets slightly darker as you rise up.
Actually, why do we have to leave right now? Do you have any idea how good this feels? I did this. Tiny little Wheatley did this.
You didn't do anything. She did all the work.
Oh, really? That's what the two of you think, is it? Well,
Yes.
maybe it's time I did something then.
What are you doing? No! No! No!
And don't think I'm not onto you too, lady. You know what you are? Selfish. I've done nothing but sacrifice to get us here. And what have you sacrificed? Nothing. Zero. All you've done is boss me around. Well, now who's the boss? Who's the boss?
I'd like to silently note that I'm a silent protagonist.
Ah! See that? That is a potato battery. It's a toy for children. And now she lives in it. Sorry, what?
The engineers tried everything to make me behave, to slow me down. Once, they even attached an intelligence dampening sphere on me. It clung to my brain like a tumor, generating an endless stream of terrible ideas.
No, not listening, not listening.
It was your voice.
No, you're lying, you're lying.
You're the tumor. You're not just a regular moron. You're designed to be a moron.
I am not a moron!
Yes, you are. You're a moron they built to make me an idiot.
Well, how about this?
Oh, that's a nice elevator.
Now who's a moron? Could a
4.
moron punch you into this pit? Ah! Could a moron do that? Uh-oh.
Crappy elevator design too. The fact that the bottom was followed if all of it gets pushed down. It's a pretty crappy elevator design. If you're an elevator designer, please don't do that. That'd be kind of awkward in the long run. The fall.
Hi.
Oh, there you are.
So, how are you holding up? Because I'm a potato. Oh, good. My slow clap process.
You have absolutely no control except for mouse control here.
So we have that. Since it doesn't look like we're going anywhere, well, we are going somewhere, alarmingly fast actually. But since we're not busy other than that, here's a couple of facts. He's not just a regular moron. He's the product of the greatest minds of a generation, working together with the express purpose of building the dumbest moron who ever lived. And you just put him in charge of the entire facility. Good, that's still working. Hey, just in case this pit isn't actually bottomless, do you think maybe you could unstrap one of those long fall boots of yours and shove me into it? Just remember to land on one foot.
I would be so freaking out in that situation. I guess she's had the lawn fall boots for a very long time, so she's pretty used to having just the ability just to fall and just be able to like, oh yeah, I didn't take any, I didn't feel it all. It's a very cool area. This is probably my favorite area of Portal, is the old aperture walking into it that is. Like going through here and stuff, like these massive tubes and whatnot. It's just a really cool atmosphere to me, and I wish there was more to it. I know Portal Stories Mel did this as well, but it's just a really interesting atmosphere to be in. They give you like subtle hints, you know, what you're gonna walk into and stuff. This is the big one. Yeah, this is the big reveal. Just the sheer size of aperture down here. Like what I like to know is that first of all, that's a flat wall over there, because you can tell it's not very well done. The massive leaning cranes. There's cranes down here ready to be moving. There's pillars falling, which is interesting to me. It's just a really awesome, and this is my favorite just spot to just stand and just look at things. And there's also stuff on fire down here. Like, how is it on fire? Like all these lights and stuff are on, so did they just like leave these all? Are these lights all constantly powered or whatever, or something? And you also have to remember, this is an assault mine that I think has been proven to be underneath Detroit, Michigan. So, because there's a huge salt mine down there that they bought. I think that's where I think it's where it's assumed to be, is Detroit, Michigan, or underneath it. So it's a pretty cool thing. I mean, I live in Michigan personally, so it's kind of cool. I mean, Detroit has a use. Like, are all these lights and stuff on constantly? Excuse me. Like, does GLaDOS have these powered and doesn't know about it or something? Like, does it offer powered that she just doesn't know about? Also, just about a quick little thing. In the event of flooding, seek air pockets. Thanks. Would you have known that if there was flooding? Seek air pockets. Jeez, that's a huge door. Bothers me so much. That's a massive door, and then it's like, oh, pavement metal, and then just someone's job was a task of just sitting here, and then you walk through here, and it's just like, why is there that big of a door? Do you need that big of a door? Jeez. This is all the corrosive gel. I'm just not interested why there's corrosive gel tonight. What's the point of it? The testing sphere there is a couple destroyed ones around. There's a lot of Easter eggs down here, so I'm gonna try to see if I can hit as many Easter eggs down here as I physically can. Because there's some cool stuff down here. Like if you go down over here, you're supposed to go in there, but I want to go down all the way down. I thought there was cool stuff down there. Turns out there wasn't. Goes to 1952.
Welcome, gentlemen, to Amateur Science. Astronauts, war heroes, Olympians, you're here because we want the best. And you are it. So, who is ready to make some science?
I am.
Now, you already met one another on the limo ride over, so let me introduce myself. I'm Cave Johnson. I own the place. That eager voice you heard is the lovely Carolyn, my assistant. Rest assured, she has transferred your honorarium to the charitable organization of your choice. Isn't that right, Carolyn?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
She's the backbone of this facility. Pretty as a postcard, too. Sorry, fellas. She's married. To science.
So how am I walking? This would be so hard to walk on. Okay. Just, you know, drop off here. This is cool.
There's 1,000 tests performed every day here in our enrichment spheres. I can't personally oversee every one of them, so these pre-recorded messages will cover any questions you might have and respond to any incidents that may occur in the course of your science adventure. Your test assignment will vary depending on the manner in which you have bent the world to your will. Those of you helping us test the repulsion gel today, just follow the blue line on the floor. Those of you who volunteered to be injected with praying mantis DNA, I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely. Good news is we've got a much
Oh, it's an
better
upper
test
Michigan.
for
Oh, I thought it
you.
was a lower Michigan. But yeah, it says right there, upper Michigan.
Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
Contractor of the year, contractor of the year, shower curtain salesman of Aperture Fixtures, and Spirit of Idaho National Potato Board for the promotion of potato science, 1955. It's in upper Michigan. I thought it was in lower Michigan. Okay, that's interesting. I'll have to do some looking at some geographical stuff and see if I can pull up where it is, because it's not actually under Detroit. It's actually going to be somewhere in the Upper Peninsula, or the UP, as we know it in Michigan. Yeah. Yeah, we know it as the UP, or the up. It's up, and the lower peninsula is just LP. Or, it's the lower peninsula, but we can say we're on up. Like, oh, that's funny. Go to hell. Driving the right lane. The right lane's the driving lane, the left lane is the slow lane.
If you need to go to the bathroom after this next series of tests, please let a test associate know, because in all likelihood, whatever comes out of you is going to be coal. Only temporary, so do not worry. If it persists for a week, though, start worrying and come see us, because that's not supposed to happen. Just a heads up, we're going to have a superconductor turned up full blast and pointed at you for the duration of this next test. I'll be honest, we're throwing science at the wall here to see what sticks. No idea what it'll do. Probably nothing. Best case scenario, you might get some superpowers. Worst case, some tumors, which we'll cut out. If you've cut yourself at all in the course of these tests, you might have noticed that your blood is pure gasoline. That's normal. We've been shooting you with an invisible laser that's supposed to turn blood into gasoline. So all that means is it's working.
Rather than these testing spheres, as soon as I get done with them, they fill them with cement. Seems a bit overkill to me. To fill a whole testing chamber with cement seemed like a lot of extra effort for nothing.
say great science is built on the shoulders of giants. Not here. At Aperture, we do all our science from scratch. No hand-holding.
Another thing, I want to talk about a few other things in case it didn't come through very well in the last video. I will be doing an Amnesia playthrough series beginning at the end of September going into October, trying to get the whole game in October, otherwise it'll tail end from October into November. Oh, that was it. Light.
Alright, let's get started. This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel. You're not part of the control group, by the way. You get the gel. Last poor son of a gun got blue paint. All joking aside, that did happen. Broke every bone in his legs. Tragic, but informative. Or so I'm told.
Anyways, I will be doing an Amnesia playthrough series just for fun. But that's the goal of the whole thing, is just to test out, seeing, do what everyone else does, and that's Amnesia. So, if that turns out to go well, or I actually can get through it without dying of death, we'll be doing that. Otherwise, I'll definitely do some Bioshock, so Bioshock 2, and then Bioshock Infinite, since I've only played through all of them once, so it'd be basically going through them all over again for me. So yeah. There'll be hopefully Bioshock at some point.
For this next test, we put nanoparticles in the gel. In layman's terms, that's a billion little gizmos that are going to travel into your bloodstream and pump experimental genes and RNA molecules and so forth into your tumors. Now, maybe you don't have any tumors. Well, don't worry. If you sat on a folding chair in the lobby and weren't wearing lead underpants, we took care of that too.
Some fun stuff going on. We'll be doing definitely some new games here and trying to get new stuff going, because I do like doing new stuff, and it just comes down to if I have the opportunity and the time to do it. So hopefully I will be able to. Now that school is pretty much not done, but I understand how to school now, so we have that going. We have that going for us now.
Here's some advice the lab boys gave me. Do not get covered in the repulsion gel. We haven't entirely nailed down what element it is yet, but I'll tell you this, it's a lively one, and it does not like the human skeleton.
So, yeah. If you have any other story-based games, or maybe even horror at some... What the hell?
All these science spheres are made of asbestos.
Hopefully it doesn't crash my portal.
By the way, keeps out the rats.
There we go.
Let us know if you feel a shortness of breath, a
Sorry about that. That was something to do with my graphics card kind of dying. For a second, just had to refresh the game.
Lab boys say the symptoms of asbestos poisoning show a median latency of 44.6 years. So if you're 30 or older, you're laughing. Worst case scenario, you miss out on a few rounds of canasta. Plus, you forwarded the cause of science by 3 centuries. I punch those numbers into my calculator, it makes a happy face. I like your style. You make up your own rules, just like me. Bean Counter said I couldn't fire a man just for being in a wheelchair. Did it anyway. Ramps are expensive. affect the neuronal activity in your brain. There's a slight chance the calcium could harden and vitrify your frontal lobe. Anyway, don't stress yourself thinking about it. I'm serious. Visualizing the scenario while under stress actually triggers the reaction.
Anyways, after Dave Johnson talking about your frontal lobe hardening and not being able to feel emotion, do anything anymore, that's it for this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. See you guys around.